Twin Cities Adventures, and in today's video we're going to make a vivarium habitat for our bearded dragon. Alright, this big boy is our bearded dragon, and today he's getting an upgrade in his habitat. We are going to build a vivarium habitat for him that will house live food that will mate and grow for him so he can hunt them. And we're going to show you a list of the ingredients that we're going to put together right now. Today's build is going to start with a 40-gallon feeder tank, and this is 3 feet by 17 inches by 18 inches, and it has a metal top that just is a folding top here. The whole thing comes up if need be, but what we'll do is we'll put the lights back here. The basking light will probably be over here. And then we have a UVB light that'll probably go somewhere, either here or here. We'll figure that out in a little bit. But we'll take the top off to start the build, and we'll show you the base and all of the ingredients right now. So for our ingredients, we're gonna use Terra Mix and coconut bark. I have 2 packages of these here, and that is gonna be mixed up mostly at the bottom. And we're gonna mix that with Desert Blend ground English walnut shells. So that'll keep it sort of dry on the top, and there'll be pockets of sort of dry to moist at the bottom and the middle. And then we have a bunch of leaf litter that we harvested from our front yard. And then we have this big log here. So this log has some holes through it, so that's gonna be kind of a nice place for bugs to creep and crawl in there. We have a food dish that fits in the corner of the tank. We have a bigger water dish because our dragon is huge. We also have some sphagnum moss that we can mix in with our blend, so that will keep some moisture, and that way the isopods can consume this. And for our lighting, we have a desert fixture. This is a 50 UVB fluorescent bulb, and then we have a light fixture for basking in the heat here, and this is with a 100-watt basking spot lamp bulb. In addition, we're going to be planting some live plants. Here we have a beaver tail. It's pretty much a thornless cactus. We have a jadeite plant and aloe vera plant, and then we have this little succulent. It's a hawthornia. So that'll be safe for the dragon to consume if he would like, and it will look really cool, and it'll thrive under the lights. So now I'm going to add all of our different materials for the substrate, and then we'll give that a light mix. And then I'm going to put some rocks underneath the log to prop that up so it will be the right height for the basking light. And then we'll just lift our log up, and we'll give it a light water to give it some pockets of moisture, and then we'll mix that up nicely. Now you're going to want to eye up loosely where you're going to want to plant all of your items. And then we're going to put some sphagnum moss in there. We'll break that up real quick. And we'll give that a nice mix also. And now Samuel is going to plant all of our succulents. And you could just rip the roots apart and transplant the cactus into 3 separate ones here. I'm just going to note that our placement here is temporary. We'll see how the dragon likes it, and if we have to move anything, we'll do that accordingly.
Next we're going to put some super worms in. There's 50 in this container, and we're going to have these in here so they can kind of burrow and breed in here, and our dragon can find them and eat them as he digs around.
So give him a couple holes. Then you can pour some in.
Hear them crawling around in here.
One or two holes.
Another hole over here.
All right, now let's water the plants. We'll just give them a little tiny drink. Not too much because they're succulents and they do really well in dry environments and droughts.
See, we've been setting this up over here, and just over here we have our dragon watching us.
Okay, so we're gonna let those superworms kind of make their way around the habitat for a while, and later on we'll add springtails and isopods to the substrate, and that will help break down any mold or mildew, and any of the dragon's poo will get consumed by the isopods. So now we're gonna add leaf litter. This is dried leaves that we harvested from our yard. So I'm just gonna break that down, and we're gonna sprinkle that around in different areas. Okay, all the leaf litter is distributed, and now we're gonna add some water to his water dish. That's good, you don't need too much. Here's a little snack for the food tray. We have some cut up carrots, red bell peppers, and some mint from the garden. Okay, here's our basking heat light and our UVB light right here on a timer from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So that will focus right on the top of this log here. Here's a nice view of his habitat. And let's put a little dragon in there. See how he likes it. Looks like our little dragon loves, oh, he's eating his mint, his superworms. Let's see if he likes his veggies. And one more thing, we did add two LED strips right here for the plants. And we added some green beans to his little snacks over here. And he likes that. We propped up the log with rocks, so it would be right up there close to the heat source. So I caught the dragon taking a bath in his water dish, which ended up being a big mess. So we're gonna replace that with a smaller water bowl. After observing the dragon's behavior, we decided to move everything back and put the plants back and put the smaller water bowl in there because he likes maneuvering around and having more room to stretch his legs. So we thought we'd have a less crowded environment for him, and he's a lot happier now. Here's a great tip for you. If you pick up a little mini food processor, you can mix up their meals. This is dates, mixed greens, carrots, and red bell peppers, and he absolutely loves it. Okay, now it's the next day. Everything's settled down, so we're going to mist the tank with the nice water mister, and we're going to add our springtails and our isopods. So while we mist the ground down a little bit, I'll also mist the dragon down. He likes that because they will absorb moisture through their skin. Now here is our springtail colony that we're going to put into our habitat, so they will create their own little colony to break down any mold or mildew that occurs in the tank. And here is our isopods that we're going to add. So they will break down any food debris or poo from the dragon and keep a healthy environment also. In the summertime, we can hunt for isopods in the woods and bring those home and add those to our tank. Now we're going to take some Repti soil. It's a blend of peat moss, soil, sand, and carbon. And we're just going to do a nice light coat on top of everything now. That way everything is kind of burrowed in there nicely. And then we'll add some large crickets for our dragon to eat, because our dragon loves hunting and consuming live food. And after a nice meal, our dragon likes to bask under the light and take a nap. And while he's doing that, back here on the bunk bed, Wolfgang and his brother Jack like to watch from above. They love the dragon also and find it very interesting. Thanks for watching our habitat build. See you on the next video. Twin Cities Adventures out.